I hold a federal firearms license as well as a state of Pennsylvania firearms license. The Pennsylvania license gives me the license to sell, and along with it, it gives me the right to carry firearms. The federal license allows me to buy or receive firearms from out of state. Okay, so my wholesaler is in Indiana or Iowa someplace. That's where I buy firearms for resale. But a lot of times this happens. A package arrives and I don't really know what's in it or who it's for. Probably this was sold via the internet. This package is rare, and it actually has a Northern Firearms name on it. Normally, that would be not displayed. I'll use my mask here. Normally, it would say something like that. Or RFOO, abbreviated. So that people in the travel or transit business don't know what's in it. Now, this is all perfectly legal. Northern Firearms has a way of verifying that I am a dealer. And therefore, they're allowed to send to me at this physical location. Dealers can't receive packages at post office boxes or the next door neighbor's address, whatever. See what's in here. One of the nice things about being willing to receive packages like this, I don't make a lot of money at it. I charge for the paperwork I do, is I get to see a lot of firearms. I'm going to cover up the order's name. There's my name, and this is a copy of that is Reed's Family Outdoor Fitters license. It is a valid license. I can verify the validity of it by looking up this on the ATF validity site, and it tells me what he bought and the serial number. Well, it's an MMP 380, which is nothing special, but we'll open it anyway. So it's a Smith & Wesson 380 Shield. Nothing really exciting. But over the years, I've gotten some really oddball and interesting firearms. I get to play with them. I don't normally get to shoot them. So I'll notify the customer that this has arrived. The way it works is he will come to my gun shop. The address on my license. I'll do a proper transfer. Now, Pennsylvania has its own transfer system. If I didn't work in a state that did its own transfer, I would use the FBI instant check system. And I should say Pennsylvania's background check includes, in addition to Pennsylvania's prohibited database, includes the federal background check as well. Here's another firearm. This is more normal. CF and then the street address and then Monroe and then me. It doesn't obviously identify it as a firearm. So CF stands for Classic Firearms. Some paperwork, as there always is. And this is a Beretta 32 ACP or 7.65 millimeter. All original Beretta markings, not very much wear, a little bit dirty. That orange spot is just caused by a difference in the metal when they blued it. These markings I believe to be factory. PB is Beretta. Hand grips are in good shape. Came with one, well, it was purchased with a spare magazine, holds 12 rounds. The only markings that are not Beretta that I can determine are FW Arms, Redmond, Washington. That would be the importer. So who knows who used these, but this guy struck a deal when they became surplus to whatever country, maybe, I mean, who knows. But they're in really good shape. I was surprised. Dirty. That's just dust down in there. So Classic Arms is selling these, or was a couple weeks ago. Again, I'll cover up the buyer's name. But this is what I get. Now this one actually has pricing on it, although I don't care about pricing. It's a Beretta Model 81. It apparently came with 2 magazines. An additional magazine would have been $35. And that's not an option he accepted, this buyer. So it must have been $250 with 2 magazines. You can look at classicarms.com. Now, we have to subtract $30 because he bought some ammunition with it. And, of course, Classic would have sent me a copy of their firearms license. And you see it's marked with a watermark that says no face-to-face sales. They don't want somebody getting a hold of this, going into another dealer and buying something. Has a half cock and a safety. Has a full cock and a safety. It's single action as well as double action. Not a bad trigger. This is another firearm delivery. You'll see that this one came from CDNN. And unless you know CDNN, you don't know that they're a firearm. Amongst other things, seller. So it's a Walther. So you can see here, CDNN did not include a federal firearms license. They did give their full number up here. Paid $270, $10 for second day express, $5 for adult signature. So he bought this firearm less the transfer fee, my fee. He bought it for, well, include my fee, it'd be $300. And it's a Walther Creed. I've not had one of them before. Now this will be a new firearm. This thing is big. So it has a 15, maybe more, 15 round magazine. It's got witness holes down to 15. Well, made in Germany. It's a full-sized, big handgun. the warranty card, everything's here. When he called and asked to do the transfer, I looked up this Walther Creed on my wholesaler's website. CDN was selling it to the public for my wholesale.